Hi, it's Friday night. This is Brick Root. Design a building tonight, as I have been lately on Friday nights. Let's see here. So as I usually do, I'm designing a building in Bricklink Studio, which is a digital tool for building Lego models. Lets you design them using all the pieces, well, almost all the pieces that exist, and you can make pieces that don't exist. Let's see. The last few weeks have been kind of, excuse me, working on a city block in this micro scale known as Micropolis, about a quarter block at a time. Right, there's my roads. Let's get them the correct colors. Go. Okay, there is my base. Now I need to think about, there's going to be 3 small buildings on this quarter block. So I need to think about how they're going to fit together. So I'm going to start by putting their footprints down here. Okay, this one is going to be 5 studs by 7 studs. Okay, excellent. So that leaves me, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So now I will put a big square building here. And then it leaves me room over here for another building, which is going to be 4 studs. Let's go ahead and make it 4 studs. By 7 studs. Okay. So my little trio of buildings. Uh-oh, people are coming to visit. That's exciting. All right. Okay, so now I gotta think about what I'm doing here. I'll start with this building over here. Already got some ideas on what I'm gonna do design-wise over here. So I think I'm gonna do a bit of a storefront at ground level and then have other stuff as it goes up. So, yeah. But I'm going to have some fairly I've got an idea how I want to do the windows in this building. Those should be a little different than the windows I've done in the other buildings in this block. Oh man, really? All these viewers all of a sudden? Welcome, welcome. Well, welcome everybody. I am designing a microscale building in Bricklink Studio. That's what I've been doing on my Friday nights. So welcome to my stream. This is what I do. Feel free to ask questions. I will do my best to keep an eye on the chat since there's so many people in it tonight. But mostly I'm just going to be designing microscale models here. So let's get started on that. Doors. Okay. Yes, this is a. I see somebody asked about a 3D program for designing Lego models. Yes, there's a couple of them actually. A bunch of them. I'm using one called Bricklink Studio. It's made by a company called Bricklink, who is and Bricklink is a big marketplace for selling Lego elements online. So it's kind of like a Etsy kind of style marketplace where lots of people have their own stores that are hosted on Bricklink, and so they made this software so you can design models, and of course not just for kicks. What the cool thing is that when I design the model, I can then export all the parts I need to build it directly into Bricklink and make it really easy for me to buy them online. Also, there's tools in it for crafting your own instructions. It takes a bit to master, to learn how to do it, but it's pretty cool. All right, so back to what I'm doing. Okay, so this building, I had an idea earlier what color I was going to make this building, and now I forgot. So let's just put out some pieces over here so I can play with colors. I think this building is going to be plates are kind of expensive. That color. I think medium blue. Dark gray. Yeah, I think I'm going to make these medium blue. Okay. Not sure all these parts exist. Yeah, so I'm going to use medium blue as the basic color for this model. Yeah, there we go. I need a back door. Oh yeah, I think I set to build was working on that Rainbow Millennium Falcon. I didn't. I should have checked that out. I saw I don't know a still from one of your other streams on it. It looked really cool. Hopefully that means I'll see it in on Instagram or something soon. Okay, let's give this some windows here. So okay, and so I'm doing all these buildings are going to be masonry. So I build them all up by plates. No, these aren't existing buildings. They're just stuff out of my imagination. I do a lot of architecture, and I don't tend to make replicas of any particular building, but I often draw details from buildings I've seen or buildings I've admired. Let's see. So I think with this building, yeah, I think I'm just going to use dark gray as my accent color for this building. Excellent. Okay, I'll put a little awning over this door. Make that white. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. See people talking about all those great new sets in the ideas line. I ordered myself that new typewriter the other day. I'm so excited about that. I think it's going to be super cool. Oh, that's what's going on. That's too far out. And then I need that. Make these white. Perfect. I see somebody asking about what Lego does about its carbon footprint. I know it's been working quite a bit on that. Lego's taken its environmental responsibilities pretty seriously, especially in recent years. And though the majority of their plastic is made from petroleum, they're also experimenting with bioplastics, making them from plant matter. Um, and they've actually started making elements that don't have petroleum in them. They're bioplastics. Um, I also know that they're working on getting rid of the plastic bags in the boxes, so the elements will be in paper bags. So there'll be less unrecyclable stuff in the sets, which is really cool. I mean, the elements themselves last for years. I mean, they're already basically an heirloom product. So it's pretty cool that they're working on making it, making the things that we don't reuse in their products more sustainable. I mean, obviously, it's pretty cool to break open a box and see all those clear bags with all the stuff in them and get excited about the elements, but it's also really important that we do something about that plastic waste because I don't know about you guys, there's like no place to recycle those darn plastic bags. Maybe some places have recycling for plastic film, but any place I've ever lived, it's just trash. That's too bad. All right, these are coming together. Here's some dog barking in the background of my neighborhood. It's exciting. It's always fun living in the city. There's always something to hear out the window. Yeah, this is, someone's asking about scale. This is a microscale standard called Micropolis. Um, so our scale is roughly 7.5 feet per stud, which means that a plate is about 3 feet thick in this scale. So, yeah, I build at this scale a lot. The cool thing about Micropolis is as long as we build to the standard, and the basic module here is a quarter of a city block, so then everybody can come together and just plug them together. Um, Asking about how many plates to a story, it varies. If you're looking at like residential, like in building houses, I'm going to make them like 3 plates since houses are often pretty small. I mean, sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small, but they're often more like 9, 10 feet. So I feel like 3 plates is just about right. But with commercial buildings, multi-use buildings, multi-family dwellings, I go 4 or 5 plates, depending. Sometimes higher because sometimes you want these really high ceilings for whatever reason, depending on the type of building. Exactly, that's a road around the edge, and that way, as long as everybody builds these quarter block modules, we can bring them together and lay out a nice city grid. It's uh, it's really cool. I think if you did any googling for Lego Micropolis, you should find some pretty cool pictures. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Also, if you were to look on, say, my Instagram, I'm Brickroot over there too, you're going to find a lot of my stuff, and some examples of some of the layouts that I've either been involved with or done on my own. I think that might be as tall as I'm going to make this building. So let's get the last of this plating up. Okay. Someone's asking if I can do global color changes. Absolutely. There's a lot of really exciting ways I can do that kind of thing. Under my select tool, I have a number of different ways to select. I can select by color, but I can also select by type in color. So if I only want to change, say, these white headlight bricks, I can do that. And then if I go up here to my color picker menu, it's going to only show me by default the colors that it actually exists in. Now, some of these colors are prohibitively expensive, or there's barely any inventory in the world in those colors. But I can grab almost anything I want. I can make all those tan, and I look at it right now. That's not a bad option. But I'm going to go back to white for now. But yeah, and then I could also just grab like all white elements and change them to a different color. So there's a number of ways I can select and manipulate the elements. It's definitely one of the advantages of working digitally is that you aren't, for one thing, I'm not constrained by the elements that I have at hand, which is really nice. Though right now, for a variety of circumstances, I have no elements at hand. All my bricks are in storage. Probably will be for another year or so until I'm able to move into a bigger place. But that is neither here nor there. So now I got to put a roof on this. So how am I going to do it? It's an awkward size, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a 4x4 plate there. And then I'm going to grab this little guy, put it there. Put a 1x3 here. Perfect. Now I can do this. And And the reason why I didn't build that fourth wall is it's going to be right up against another piece of another building, so nobody's ever going to see it. So there's no reason to have elements there. What I should probably do is put a stack of brick here, though, because that'll make it more stable, and that'll allow me to lock it in to the next. Someone's asking, is this a free program? Yes, it is. Bricklink Studio is free. Bricklink is in the business of selling third-party parts, or at least running a marketplace for selling, where people buy their third-party parts, or I mean, they're all real Lego, but from third-party sellers. In fact, Bricklink is owned by the Lego Group now. They got bought a year or two ago. I had hoped that that would mean that all of a sudden we would have all of these, that all these elements would, all the new elements would get into Bricklink Studio faster, but that has not proved to be true. Okay, there we go. That'll add a little bit of extra support. I tend to use, someone's asking about terminology. I tend to use brick and element. I kind of go back and forth. I rarely use the term block, though I think some people do, and I think that people who are not quite as Lego purist might use it more. But I kind of go back and forth. Element, I feel, is more descriptive, because you never really know. I mean, it's kind of weird to call like a leaf-shaped element a brick. So yeah, I kind of go back and forth. And as far as Lego is concerned, they're all elements, but I don't know. I don't know how like serious anybody is over there about that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just put what kind of top, what kind of front am I going to put on this? I think I know what I'm going to do. It's going to require a little bit of editing here. Yeah, I'll take these guys out. On a curved slope. Yeah, this element here, I think. Fairly certain this comes in this color. It does. Perfect. So now I will plug in a few more elements here. That guy there. Yeah, and then I'll just do excellent. is one of the 3 buildings for this quarter block done. Just about on time. So the next one, I'm going to switch back to more standard masonry colors. I think this is going to be dark red. And then I want, I think I'm going to use red and reddish brown. Okay, I think those will be my 3 colors for the masonry and the next building. It's a bigger building. I'm going to use 2, it's going to give me 2 different accent colors. It'll be primarily dark red, but then I'll give you 2 accent colors over here. So for this building, I'm going to build this building a little bit more like an apartment building. So I want 2 doors in the front. Put those here and here. Make them reddish brown like that. And then I'll put another door over here on the side. Yeah, that'll be good. Now, lovely. So I'm going to make that one red. And this one over here in the corner brown. Okay. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to put in some windows. For now, I'm going to make them all white like this, but then I think I'll probably change them up later. I just have to think about my layout here. I actually think I'll move this guy here. I'll have 2 in the middle and then 1 on either side. Yeah, and then there's not really going to be, in fact, I don't even know why I've got these elements in here right now. I can take those out because that's not going to be visible. This, again, like on the other side, I'm probably just going to put a stack of bricks there to tie these 2 buildings together, but I don't need to build a wall there. All right. Actually, I don't need to worry about that. I should just do this. Yeah. brown there, yeah. There. Okay. Now what I need to think about is if I want little awnings over these doors, and I think I do. So let's go grab one of these slopes to put here. Yep, that'll be an awning over that side door. And then I think I'll use the same type of thing here. Question is, do I want to put it at that level or do I want to raise it up one more? I think I want to raise it up one more. Have just an extra layer in there between the... Okay, let's see here. Okay, so these are going to go like this. Right. I need that guy there. Yeah, make that one brown. Okay. Yeah, so now I'll put these in. That. Now I'll decide what color I want them to be. So I'll select by type and color. So take a look at my options. I might just go with kind of my classic dark green. It's one of those colors I always associate with things like awnings anyway, so that'll be perfect. So now I put another series of windows. The disadvantage to putting these up one is now I can't put another row. I'm still blocking the windows that I'd be putting there. Oh well. It's not a huge loss, it's just a thing. Alright. Yep. There we go. Do around there. Yep. Excellent. Okay. I think I'm going to want this building to be absolutely. You should definitely check out Bricklink. Have a nice night. I'm going to make this building 5 stories, so it just needs a little bit more. Already got 3 on it, so. Let's see here. Let's do red. Brown. Okay, windows. Yeah, it's looking good. I almost feel like I need to put some kind of decorative element in here. I might need to think about that down the road. Because it feels kind of plain there. The other idea would be to drop these down by 1 so that I could put windows in those spots. And I'll see how I feel about it when it's done. All right. Oops. Where'd that piece go? There it is. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put these in here and start to build across these bricks that I put in between the think about how tall I want this building to be. It may not be any taller than this, in which case I'll just need to fill in the plates when I get to it. Okay, that's my last row of windows. So this building is starting to come to an end here. Excellent. Oh, I did that wrong. There we go. Those aren't going to quite be visible yet, so I'm not too worried about them. My color's there. Okay. That's right. Okay, now what I should do is I want to put I'm going to put a 6x6 plate in there. So to stabilize it, I'm going to pull out those, and I'm just going to put a single dark red 2x4 plate in there. Make sure everything has things to rest on. Okay, and then I'll drop this plate in here to be my roof, or be the foundation of my roof, as the case may be. Now, I think I'm going to put a little something along here to represent kind of decorative elements along the top of the roof. So I'm going to go to round plates. And I'm just going to put a bunch of these guys in. Along here. Oh, something got stuck in a weird place. Where'd it go? Oh, that doesn't need to be there. Oh, and I stuck one to the bottom on accident. Okay. Yeah, I think here is where I want to. Go. make these, I wish I could make these dark red, but I can't. Which makes me think maybe I should do them in, I should just use round plate, because they exist in dark red. They're a little pricey. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just select all those at once and delete them out. This dark red. Okay, that's pretty good. And now I'm going to do actual top. This here. Corners. I think the element I want is in round tiles. Maybe? I just don't think it's in that color. One of the things you can do in Bricklink Studio is you can tell it to ignore whether or not the element actually exists in that color, which can be really useful if you're searching for something and you're not quite sure where it lives in the catalog. Just not quite sure if I want something as gaudy as weird little gold domes on the corners. That seems a little bit much. I mean, I could make them brown. You know what I could do? It would be kind of, Well, let's move on to the next, to it. I'll come back to that in a minute. I almost think what I want to do here is make a little construct of, let's see, tile round these two pieces here. Okay, what colors does this come in? Goes in reddish brown, and this comes in dark red. So I could do if I'm going to do that, actually I don't really want that one back there like that. This is just going to be, it's the back corner. Nobody cares what it looks like. So what I'm going to do here, I think, is this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. left is to put something in the middle here. And I think I'm going to do mostly black, but maybe put some big skylights right here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So to do that right, I want those, but I'm going to make them trans clear. And then I'm going to so now I'm going to go to tiles. And there we go. There's a roof with big glass skylights. I don't know what it's opening down into, but I think that's a good choice for that roof. Okay, so I have one building left to do, which is this little guy over here. And this one as well is going to be masonry, but it's going to be a bit more of a modern masonry, for lack of a better term. It's just like it'd be more modern, maybe fancier would be a way to put it. So I'm going to need a couple different things. Thinking about the elements that I want to use here. I want use these guys. It's the old school one, which means this is the new one here, I bet. Yeah. The new one has new connections, but it's also got that little lip at the bottom, just like a tile does, which isn't a big deal, especially when you're building in like minifig scale. But I feel like it is a bit bigger of a deal in micro scale. Okay. So these elements here, what are my color choices? Dark orange. Okay, cool. All those elements are available in dark orange. And then I will complement it with that reddish brown, but also medium nougat. Okay, cool. So I want glass at the ground floor. So it goes here and here and here and here. Like that. Okay. This is going to be an alleyway, but I kind of want the building to lean out over the alleyway. I've got an idea for that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so look at that. I can interlace these, and that'll make this seam nice and solid. Cool. So nice little perk. I hadn't planned on it. Also going to put a little door into the alleyway right here. I'm going to make this a different color though. I'm going to make it white. Okay, cool. Now, just make a few of these other colors. There we go. I don't think I'm actually going to use 2 accents on this one. I think I'm only going to use 1. I think that'll be good. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I want to see what elements are available in dark orange. So I'm going to hide the unavailable elements again. And look at inverted slopes. Yeah, there's some inverted slopes available. Just go ahead and use those. Kind of create this little bit that pops out here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now these. Like this. These real quick. This one would be sticking out there, so that one should stay dark orange, and this one will be medium nougat. Excellent. Okay, it's looking good. Yeah. Now I'm going to do this. Which of these is which? That's the old school one. That's the one I want. I am going to, yeah. In fact, I'm going to do it one lower. I'm going to take these out. Put that there. Maybe I don't want it there. Maybe I do want it up 1. I think I do. Okay. A lot of mind changing going on here. That's okay. That is the nice thing about building digitally. There's lots of room to change my mind. Okay. going together nice and quick, but it's a tiny little building, so I would hope so. One of the things I need to do here is put a stack of black bricks behind this, because I don't really want people to see into the building. So real quick, grab some 1x2s, stack them up like so, paint them black. Cool. Looks good. And now what I'm gonna do, another thing I need to do is put something here so that I can make this. I'm gonna start doing a roof. So I'm gonna stick a 2x3 there, and then another one here, I think. Yeah. And then I'm gonna color those a more reasonable color. All right, perfect. So here, see, let's grab some 1x1 tile here for I'm gonna make these tan. There we go. That works pretty good. Yeah. The things I've been neglecting to do here is add any contrast colors. So I'm gonna jump back real quick. Do that. There we go. Here I want Again, I'm prepping to put on some roof real quick here. Yeah, that's good. I think I'm going to take that guy out. Yeah, like that. And then similar to the lower roof. I'm just gonna put then this area in here, I'm going to do shades of green. There'll be a little bit of a green roof in there. So let's do sand green and these two in olive. Just a little bit of that little balcony back there. All right, time to tidy up. Do the last little details here. Let's put some sidewalks in because I've neglected to do that until now, but I'm almost done. Tiles, tiles, tiles. Right, and then here I'm going to put, what am I putting in there? I'm putting some planters in there real quick, I think. So I'll do that. So these two rounds here, but I'll make them yellow. It's a color. And then I need plate round. Make these bright green. They look a little bit too much like pineapples. They look a lot like pineapples, but I kind of like them, so they stay. Cool. There we go. Now come back around here. Now back here I have some space and I need to decide if I want to do anything with it or just leave it as is. I kind of feel like it needs a little something back here. That's what it is if I just make it a little concrete area. But I feel like I need a little something here, so I think I'm gonna put a quick little planter back there, maybe with plate. That there. I'm going to make it brown as if it's soil. And I want brown plates. Okay, now to do a little selecting by type and color. Make these green. These I'll make there you go. It's just a little pop of color hiding back there. Like that. Yeah, there is my little bit. Now I need to put a base on, finish the base. Since this is a Micropolis module, it needs to be able to interact with other Micropolis modules, which means it needs Technic connections on each side. That way you can pin it to the other modules, keep them snug. Technically, I think the standard only calls for a single connection, but I like to do multiple. I picture these as being a mix of commercial and residential spaces, so I'm going to code it as such. I color code the bases of my Micropolis modules with the zoning. Probably because I've played way too much SimCity in my life, but also because I feel like it helps tell the story of the module. And even though most people will never see this when it's in a layout, I know it's there. Excellent. Now I need blue, green for residential, blue for commercial. Excellent. Now just one more layer of plate to tie it all off. I want these to be dark gray as well because it looks nice. So grab the whole thing, pull it back up to level. So there it is. Now the cool thing is I can take this, and if I add in, oops, I don't want that, just open recent. This is the module I did last week. So I can copy this, bring it into this model, paste it, like so, create it into a submodel so that it's just one piece for purposes of my start to see how these pieces are going to go together to create kind of a cohesive city. And then if I add the one I did weeks ago. Create that one into a submodel as well. Ooh. Being finicky about connecting these. There we go. We're starting to see what it looks like. Obviously, I've reused some of my masonry colors, but you know, that's fine because that's something you really see. Now, if I toss in the last piece of this, which is which building here? Ah, it's this one. So this one, copy, back over here. Now this is a double module. It's more than one, but it's just gonna tuck it in there like so. And now we see how these things fit together. We have some more modern buildings, like these two, and some older buildings. Look at that, there winds up being a little bit of a way to squeeze into the courtyard of this building. There, he's turned out great. I'm really happy with him. Well, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad we had a nice, you guys rated me tonight. It was nice to have a bunch of viewers for a change. If you like my content, give me a follow. I'd love to have you follow along, check out what I'm doing. Come and chat with me, ask me questions. I like answering stuff. If you want to see the things I build, I post on Instagram. Also, I have a subreddit that I use. And I'm Brickroot pretty much everywhere, so you do some Googling for that. You'll find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Like I said, I've got a Brickroot subreddit as well for people who are Redditors. And of course, you can find me here Friday nights building stuff. I think it's going to be architecture for a while, but it's a possibility we'll get into some space at some point. I'm definitely feeling the itches. So anyway, have a nice night, keep building, and enjoy.